The Europa League semi-finals are here. We got some very good matchups here with Athletic Club versus Manchester United and Tottenham versus Bodo Glimt. Obviously, we're moving into the second leg matches, so this my second Europa League video. I know we have been more focused on Champions League and Premier League, but it's gonna change next season though. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. First off, we have Athletic Club versus Manchester United. This matchup is definitely gonna be one to watch, as the first leg ended 3-0 to Manchester United. Manchester United, they honestly dominated Athletic Club. Quite surprising result as well, and they have 1 foot in the final at the moment. So let's get started with Athletic Club. They've been doing very well form wise recently. They've been quite good. Like, they had a pretty challenging path to the semi-finals. Round of 16 they played Roma. That was one hell of a tie. In the first leg they managed to win that game 2-1. A comeback was very much needed, and the second leg changed when Hummels got a red card. And well, Athletic Club got going and they managed to win that game 3-1 the second leg. Now putting them through on 4-3 on an aggregate score as well. Incredible comeback. Nico Williams, he's been a very good winger ever since the Euros. A lot of clubs have had an eye on him just because how well he's been performing. In that game, he had 2 goals and Yuri Berchiche with 1 as well. And Nico Williams, maybe we could see him moving, but I believe he said he wants to stay at Athletic Club as well. So I could see why, because I don't know, maybe it just suits him a lot more and he gets to play with his brother. And as we all know, he won the Euros this past summer and he was a very key part in that team. He has outstanding pace and his dribbling is very good. He loves to take on a man and he's very good at it as well. In the quarterfinals, we had Athletic Club face Rangers and they managed to draw 0-0 in that first leg, but then in the second leg they won 2-0. So obviously that sent them into the semi-finals, where they are currently 3-0 down to Manchester United. And once again, Nico Williams scored the goal in that match as well. His brother Inaki has been doing pretty well this season as well. So yeah, now it's gonna be a pretty huge, and it has to be a huge second leg for Athletic Club. Moving on to Manchester United, they've been pretty good in this campaign. Their form has been outstanding as well. It's actually very surprising. They have surprised me in this competition, mainly due to them being the only side unbeaten across all European competitions. That's very impressive, and they have had quite the path to the semi-finals. For being honest, in the round of 16 they played Real Sociedad, who I think are pretty decent. The first leg was a tight game. They managed to draw that game 1-1. It's a fairly even match. Then the second leg is where everything changed. Manchester United were playing at home at Old Trafford, and wow, what a performance. They won that game 4-1 and it put them through 5-2 on aggregate into the quarterfinals. I gotta see, Bruno Fernandes has been absolutely fantastic for this team, creating chances. He's been scoring clutch goals as well. Incredible. Bruno got a hat-trick in that second leg and single-handedly put Manchester United through to the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, they faced off against a pretty good Lyon side, I would say. That first and second leg was absolutely incredible. The first leg ended 2-2, but the second leg was even more crazy. Cherky, what a talented player. The way he just moves and dribbles is outstanding. Someone has to pick him up in the summer surely. But Xerxes has been pretty key for Manchester United. Unfortunately, he is out for the season, so Højlund will have to play up top. Now the second leg is where all the drama happened. It was actually crazy. That second leg ended up 7-6 on aggregate to Manchester United. Like, we had Lyon who were 4-2 up at one point thanks to Ryan Cherky with a red card as well, and Manchester United managed to pull it back, which is crazy. We were witnessing Fergie Fergie time all over again. Now, Kobe Mano scored in the 120th minute. He tied the game 6-6 on aggregate. And the last play of the game, basically Casemiro with an incredible cross into the box, and Maguire coming in clutch once again. He puts it in the net and he wins that quarterfinal for Manchester United. So what a unbelievable match. But my prediction for this second leg is gonna be hard, but it's gonna be a 3-1 win for Manchester United, which means they will go through on a 6-1 aggregate score. So Tottenham versus Bodo Glimt, this match is going to be quite interesting. Now this first leg between the two ended 3-1 to Tottenham. So Tottenham have been fairly good in the Europa League form-wise. Of course, it's been good since they are in the semis. Started off finishing 4th in the league phase table, which put them automatically through to the round of 16. Now in the round of 16, Tottenham faced off against AZ Alkmaar. And the first leg did not go too well because they actually lost that game 1-0. But the second leg was a lot better. Was a response from Tottenham. They managed to win that game 3-1, which put them through 3-2 on aggregate. Now Odegaard, the signing from Burnley, I believe, getting 2 huge goals for Tottenham. Now Maddison came in super clutch as well with a goal on his end. The pressing from Tottenham was a lot better, which was really working, causing the opponents to make mistakes as well. And I gotta say, Spence has been some player. He's been one of their best players this season. Now their biggest challenge was against Frankfurt, who are a solid side in the quarterfinals. The first leg ended 1-1 as a draw between the two, but it all came down to the second leg, and Solanke managed to slot a penalty away, which meant he won the game for Spurs 1-0, and they were through 2-1 on aggregate to the semi-finals. And Ange's job does still seem at risk at the moment. If they do lose this tie, he might be gone after the competition is done. Now on to Bodo Glimt. I will be honest, I've not seen this team much around Europe, but I do believe they are a team from Sweden. They have really surprised us in this campaign. It's truly a underdog story, and it's great to see. So Bodo Glimt, they finish in 9th for the league phase, which meant they had to go into a playoff tie, and they faced off against Twente in the first leg. It ended 2-1 to Twente. Was not looking good for Bodo Glimt. In the second leg, Bodo Glimt went absolutely crazy. They smashed 25-2 in that game, which sent them through 6-4 on aggregate. Now 2 own goals coming from the Twente players as well. That is pretty tough, but secured them a place in the round of 16 against Olympiacos. Now we know how good Olympiacos is. They won the Conference League, so the first leg was going to be quite the surprise as well. Bodo Glimt managed to win that first leg actually 3-0 at home, so that's a huge win. Kasper Hoy getting a brace, very good for his team. Now the second leg was quite a rough one as they were away, but I gotta say they did get outplayed, but they held the lead quite well. And once again, Kasper Hoy scoring the goal, putting them 1-0 up, which is huge. 4-0 on aggregate, but then Yaremchuk, he went through to score 2 goals, but it was not enough. Bodo Glimt secured their place in the quarterfinals against Lazio. Now Lazio, they were doing very well in the Europa League, so the first leg was being played at home, and wow, Bodo Glimt absolutely dominated Lazio. Ulrich Saltnes getting himself a brace, securing the 2-0 win as well. And that first leg ended 2-0 in Bodo Glimt's favor, and it was huge going to Lazio's home ground. But I'm noticing a pattern here that Bodo Glimt seems super dangerous at home, and they have played so well there. They've only lost once as well in Europe at home. Now the second leg against Lazio was pretty crazy. The game was tied in full time 2-2. Nolson with a huge stoppage time goal for Lazio, which then sent the game to extra time, and Dia and Emerson scored the goal in the 109th minute, and he then gets sent off in the 120th minute, but it ended 3-3 on aggregate, so it went to penalties, and Bodo Glimt managed to win that game 3-2 on penalties, which is huge for them. And overall, my prediction for this game is going to be a huge 3-1 win for Bodo Glimt, which puts it 4-4 on aggregate, and I see it going to penalties once again, where Bodo Glimt does a upset and they reach the final. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below your predictions for these two huge semi-final matches in the Europa League, and don't forget to subscribe as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.